Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. And in the meantime, since we dropped off that load of tires right over there, I slept, filled up the truck, and sure enough, we have a load of cars from Tesla that is going from here in Santa Fe all the way east, over 25, down the 40, over on the 60, and we are heading to Clovis and a rail yard. So it looks like these Tesla cars are going to be railroaded out, and we are happy to oblige. A 4-hour, 56-minute journey. It's 4 up in the morning, girl, and we are ready to go. So let's head on out of the Tesla dealer here and make our way down the road. Looks like a nice smooth exit here, although we are making a left turn out onto the main strip here. Looking good, and away we go. Let's go ahead and get in the near lane. Looks like Santa Fe is sleeping. We don't have a whole lot of cars on the road, which is good for us. Once we get out on the highway, though, I think the amount of traffic will increase, and the highway is just up here on the right. I did a little bit of exploration around Santa Fe, and we picked up a recruiting office, which is good for when we get to Albuquerque and decide to purchase a garage and a truck and hire a driver. We should be in like a dirty shirt. All right, well, let's turn on our brights here so we can see where we are going. We're going to be making a right turn here onto this road and then shoot straight out onto the highway. Across the railroad tracks. Awesome. No train for us. Sorry, Mr. Truck. We did not mean to blind you there. And I hate that in real life. Whenever people do that, I feel like a bad person. So we are not heading to Albuquerque on this particular exit. Let's go ahead and set our cruise to 45. And then we have this little roundabout here going to Raton. 25 north seems to be the way we are going. And the road, well, ends right here. So we don't have much of a choice. Let's go ahead and turn our brights on here. Get up the hill. A nice tight turn. And then we will hit the 75-mile-an-hour limit. And off we go. Set the cruise up to that 75 and start heading down the highway. We should have a few extra roads that we haven't seen, especially once we hit Highway 60. We do have some traffic behind us, but not too bad. You can see the vehicles on the left side of the highway. Sun should be coming up shortly, 4:30 in the morning. The sun comes up around between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning here in ATS. Looking to be around 8:30 to 9 o'clock whenever we get there. So we will see Clovis in the daytime, and that's what video making's all about. We've seen this stretch of road before, so we just have to keep an eye out for anything on the side of the road that may deter us. One thing I am glad is we put in a very high horsepower engine in this truck. I think we're at 620 horsepower in the truck. I don't know exactly which engine I have, but for the long haul DLC or the wide load DLC, I definitely put in a more stout engine to handle it. And we get up these hills pretty well, I do have to say. Even at 4:42 in the morning, not too much traffic in the way of congestion, which is good. I don't know if American Truck Simulator stock adjusts the traffic based on the time of day, but it certainly looks like we won't have any problem here. Let's go ahead and turn off the cruise control here as we have to make an exit on South 84 to Santa Rosa. So we'll go ahead and take this exit. It's going to be a turn at the top of the hill. Exit 339. I don't know if that is an actual exit for this particular highway, but it works. All right, so there we go. Only one truck coming from our left. Looks like we'll get on this little 2-lane road here. And South 84, $1,000 fine for littering. Luckily, we we ate before we took off, so we're not going to be throwing any burger wrappers down on the ground or any such things as those. A nice 65 limit through here. We'll go ahead and get up to 65. Turn on our brights for the time being. Doesn't look like a whole lot of traffic here, so we won't have to worry about blinding anyone. And we do have a car behind us, and it's that paranoia that it could be a police officer. So you don't want to speed too much when you can't tell what the car behind you is. Sorry there, buddy. So we managed to find the one car on the road. Looks like we've got some oncoming traffic here now. Because of the GPS, I can't tell if we've been on this particular highway before, but there went highway patrol right there, so it's good we weren't speeding. And the sun should be coming up shortly here. Yep, there we go in the east, rising up nice and pretty. And we got those beautiful Teslas on our trailer ready to go. Makes me wonder if one of these is the new Tesla that old Elon Musk is going to shoot around the orbit of Mars. I think that was a troll, but pretty funny to think about anyway. I'm sure it's pretty expensive. I mean, we don't send many things to Mars as it is, so to make a whole entire rocket just to shoot a car around orbit, that's kind of amusing. It reminds me of a scenario from Stellaris where your science ship gets around a planet, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, there's a thing floating here, and oh wow, it ends up being a car. All right, here we go. Tucum Carry straight ahead. We're going to be following this truck right in front of us here. Hopefully we don't run into a merging issue here. These AI are notorious for stopping at the bottom of an on-ramp. So I'll keep my distance here just in case. See, there he goes. He's trying to stop before he merges. Let's go ahead and get into the far lane and just shoot on around him here. Kind of sloppy, I do have to say. The AI leaves a lot to be desired in these kind of games. You have to play these games long enough to anticipate what they're going to do. If we were following them any closer, we probably wouldn't be able to stop in time. So we are taking this exit here to Santa Rosa on 40 East. Sounds good. 50-mile-an-hour speed limit on the ramp, but we're good enough. And do we have another exit coming up here? It looks like we do indeed. 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. Yes, indeedy. Let's slow this thing right down, and we have a right turn. We've been on this road before. I do remember this particular right turn here. Let's slow her down. We're nearing city limits here. Drop her down into 6th. And we'll make our right turn. So now we're on South 54. Interesting indeed. 55-mile-an-hour speed limit here. We will mind our P's and Q's a bit. And just go ahead and get up to speed. I'm really enjoying this series for sure. It's cool to get out and drive some American Truck Sim. If you're new here, definitely welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do so. No pressure, of course. You won't see me begging. One of the things that I pride my channel on is I'm not one to go and seek out like shout outs and, oh, could you retweet me, or could you feature me on your channel? No, I don't beg. I want my content to speak for itself, and if you find me and like me, awesome. If you find me and don't like me, that's cool too. But I'm not going to beg, for sure. That seems a little low, in my opinion. I know it's all about, exposing yourself and reaching out and talking to creators that can help you out, and certainly shout-outs have helped many a channel. But I'm happy where my channel's at as far as the community goes. The people that watch me want to be here, and that's what I really want. Numbers are nothing when everything is a vile sort of feel. When you're afraid of posting anything because what comments may arrive, that's not a situation that I want to be in for sure. Oh, so we got a left turn here, and I think we are going onto a road that we have not seen before. So like the Starship Enterprise, we are going to boldly go where no truck has gone before, at least me. All right, so this is going to be East 60 to Fort Sumner. Okay, ready. Hello, Ossifer. Heading out to Fort Sumner on East 60 here. 55 is the speed limit, and it looks like we're heading into a sunrise. Now, this is where I think New Mexico would really shine. These sort of desert states, you know, when the sun comes up, it is quite breathtaking indeed. Not really much to speak about here on the highway just yet. Oh, fighter jet. So I am not sure about Fort Sumner, or if there is an Air Force base nearby. But it's interesting to see a fighter plane fly overhead. I tell you what, if you've never seen a fighter plane fly overhead in real life, they are loud. I remember when I was stationed in Anaconda during OIF2, they would launch F-16s from that strip. And if you're on tower guard at like 3 in the morning and all of a sudden you hear this just loud piercing jet engine and you look up and that thing is just taking off vertical, it is quite a sight to behold, that is for sure. So here we go. What is this? The perfect party drink. Share responsibly. Coca-Cola. And we've got sort of like a rundown sort of community here. A minor speed change, 45 to 55. But not bad at all. Let's see if we can get caught up to this car. He may be going slower than 55. Looks like we have a little bit of a rest area indeed that we could pull over and park. And we didn't get credit for that, you troll. We actually had to drive into the rest area to get that to count. One of the things that this game is, ooh, hello rock slide. And a truck was like nose deep in a rock slide. Maybe he slid off. Our mudslide's a thing in New Mexico, because that looks like it has all the indications of like a wash. Like that truck was up on the hill and all of a sudden here comes the water. Down the side of the hill you go, and I imagine when rain does come, this place gets pretty muddy pretty quick. All right, we're getting into a split highway here with a suicide lane in the middle. Please don't turn right. Outstanding. So still a 55-mile-an-hour limit, but this truck in front of us, okay, he's slowing down to 45. I was going to say, he's slowing down here. Oh, hello. Got like a creek here or something. I don't know what body of water that was. Oh, car's slowing down. Go ahead and make your left turn. Excellent. That's a bit dodgy, I do have to say so, but he made it work. Tell you, I get nervous jumping out in front of semis like that. So what town is this? It isn't marked on the map. Huh. Would this be like Fort Sumner, like the outskirts of Fort Sumner maybe? Can we see anything here? Nope, too quick. So a nice little town. No pickups or drop-offs. But that's cool. I like the fact that there's this little town that, you know, you pass through. There's nothing really to do, but it makes the world feel more lived in, let's say. One thing Euro Truck Simulator had is cities, but every city had something to do. So it didn't feel like you were driving, let's say, through a city. You were always like looking for a drop-off point or something like that. There was a bunch of cities to be sure, but nothing really, you know, it didn't feel big, let's say. Oh, hello, bridge. Are we going to cross this bridge? It looks like indeed we are. I wonder what bridge this is. Someone will probably tell me. 50-mile-an-hour speed limit here over the bridge. Over some rail, and you can see for miles. Now, if I know my game making, past those hills is going to be a whole lot of nothing. Like they've sort of surrounded themselves with sort of like a land box or a bowl. So as far as you can see is mountains, and there's really nothing past that to save on processing power. All right, hello, heading to work. Burglars are 2. X-ray security alarm. And of course we didn't get any credit for passing this rest area, unfortunately. But I do like the fact that there's more of these pull-offs. One thing that the truck sims didn't have a whole lot before this, it didn't seem, was just places you could pull off and sleep. You always had to sleep in a city, which made it rather inconvenient if you didn't plan out your route accordingly. But we're 32 minutes out from Clovis. More Coca-Cola, and there's the Santa Fe train. I don't know if that's the livery of the Santa Fe train, if the train that goes through actually looks like that, but I know that thing goes through the heart of Santa Fe. So we've essentially caught up to these people. If anyone from Santa Fe wanted to head to Clovis, they should have just hopped in a Tesla. Looks like we're separating the road here just a bit as we come into the city limits. This truck is slowing down for some odd reason. Get on over, buddy. There we go. Move it on over. So we'll go ahead and pass this guy. Maybe. And we're heading into town, and there's a right turn coming up. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to clear him before the intersection. So we'll just snuggle in right here. There goes the other Santa Fe train. And a pretty big skyline, I do have to say. I haven't heard of Clovis before, but if it has a pretty big building like that, maybe I should have. All right, let's slow it on down. We have some traffic lights here that we have to get through. And this is our first intersection. Oh, and take a look at the fighter plane. So is this just outside of an Air Force base? It does look like they're catering to the flight community here. Pretty cool looking plane. Can't tell which one that is. It's kind of like an F4 Phantom, but not really. I'm sure those aviation fans among you will say, oh, I know exactly what aircraft that is. So we're making a right turn here, heading to the rail yard that is located on the back side of town. Reduce speed ahead. 15 miles an hour, are you? Okay, we'll do that. Nope, 40. Reduce speed ahead, 15. Nope, not on, oh, there it was. I was gonna say, not on my GPS. But there's no police officers around. Double tracks, that's pretty cool. We're not going to get caught by a train. And we'll just head on through. Rail yard looks to be to our left. We're going right over there. Hello, horses. And we've got a stop sign, unfortunately. I would like a stop light. That way we're guaranteed to get through the intersection. We might be sitting here for a while, depending on how thick the traffic is. We've got a lot of traffic coming from the left. Hello, galloping horse. Okay, so we've got our nose out just a bit, but there we go. All right, so we're in downtown Clovis. Got some refineries. Got a lot of storage space here. Hello, horse. Right by the side of the road. That's cool to see animals. It's all about adding to the world, making that world feel lived in. Wouldn't be much of a simulator if you didn't see anything but cars, you know. All right, this is our turn here. Hopefully this rail yard treats us well. It may be one of those stupid back into a very far corner, which it may very well be. But BNSF, maybe another train will come in while we're reversing here. Throw on the 4 ways. And this is like a proper train station here. Loading up those carts. And they want it nose in right there. Okay, we can do that. That is no problem. I don't know how this crane is going to grab hold of these cars, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. They get paid much more than I do to figure that stuff out. All right, let's just back it on in here. A fairly easy reverse this time around. We don't really have to worry about any navigation, swinging wide around any corners, anything like that. We're just going to put it right in the parking place. Just like so. So this should be a fairly good payday for us. There we go. Unhitch that trailer. Those Teslas are ready for loading. 257 miles, 5 hours, 16 minutes. Made some decent money. Some decent experience here. Outstanding. So taking a look at the world map now, we got into Clovis. If we could catch a good job to Hobbs, that would be pretty good. And also we have Farmington to sort of end the series. So probably 2 episodes of deliveries, trying to find something that goes to Farmington and find something that goes to Hobbs. And then if we can get something out to, say, Sholo, and we can take that road out of Socorro, that would be pretty cool. Let's take a look at the freight market here out of Clovis. We've got some Arizonas, a lot of Arizonas. There's a Farmington. That actually would not be bad at all. Huh. They need it there between 4 in the morning Friday and 11 in the morning Friday. That would take us back up the road where we came from Santa Fe. Might not be too bad. What I might do is go ahead and... That's Artesia. There's one to Hobbs. We could swing over and pick up the home accessories from Walmart and deliver them to Best Buy. That is not a problem. So that's what I'm going to do in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen. But that is going to do it for me in this episode of American Truck Sim. Next time we're heading down into Hobbs with some housewares. But like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next American Truck Sim video. Happy New Year, and take care.